Hello and welcome to a bit of an extra video. After this one it'll definitely be Planet Zoo. But since I did mention it on the Milton Keynes video as well, but in case you haven't seen it, since I went to the Taskmaster experience I've been watching a lot more of the show, and I've decided to make a Minecraft map. It's not a massive one, but this video will be in two sections. First half I'll be touring the house and the studio, and the second part I'll actually structure it like an episode and I'll be playing through games, and I'll go through the format of that when we get to it. So this is the entrance to the house, and here we go. Now I am going to do a bit of a task for everyone watching the video. How many Easter eggs can you spot from all over the whole Minecraft map? And there's various Easter eggs for different episodes, specific tasks, different series, because there are some in the studio as well, which you'll have to see if you can notice. So, yeah, you've got the garage just at the side of the house, not really too much going on there. Got the caravan just here. Got the shed. Red green is also here. The dome. There's not really a lot going on outside the house, but when we get into the house you'll see there's a lot to talk about. This is the hutch, or the sort of cabin outside the house. You got the stage, which is set up like it is in Series 5, including the deck chair there, and you've got the stage with a pile of sand on it, so you might notice some of the tasks that will be taking part in when we're actually playing through it. But we're actually going to go into the house and go through the things that we can find inside. So this is the entryway. You've got the portrait there, the pigeonholes, the bath is here, which is the one that Josh Whittaker used in the very first episode. That's the one where everyone flushed the rubber down the toilet in Series 8. That's actually a storage cupboard, so there's nothing in there. You've got the kitchen, where the shelves where you shove a camel through the handle, where Lolly and tried to do that. Noel used the blender, and Hugh as well, which is up on there. It's been seen in a few episodes. This is the dressing room, which they basically do the ultimate episodes on the bench, on the sofa there. And then this side's decorated like Series 14, because this is where they did the interviews for Series 14, and they used to they lie on the sofa there. So you don't see this room that up. There is a shot from Series 12 where they're doing the find Alex and strike him with a ball. And Desiree actually does give us a brief look into this room, but it's not decorated quite like this because that was just for Series 14 when they were doing the interviews. This is the production room, but I put the green screen in as a reference to when they did the ringtone dance, because again Hugh's attempt was memorable. These are the cupboards where Mel hid in the hide from Alex task, and then this is where Lolly hid in the shower. So she put this like wooden beam. There was actually in the shower and she hid behind it, and she was there for ages. The lab, it's of course got the watermelon. This is for one of the tasks that we have. It's got the curtains, it's got the chairs as like a reference to when they've interviewed people, and you have to find out as much information about either the Swedish Persian thread, or everyone on the show struggles to pronounce that, don't they? Swedish Persian. Or then they had to find out the most about that, like the man in Series 2, I think it was. Yeah, that's in there as well. And of course I'll go in the main doors. This is the main room, of course, the living room, which has got loads of Easter eggs. Bunting from Series 14. Rubber ring from Series 18, diver's helmet from, I think it was Series 12 that was in, the grandfather clock from Series 17. This is just the painting, supposed to be a very pixelated version of the Series 1. These Art Deco curtains from Series 16, the flower from Series 4, the cactus from Series 10, the guitars from Series 7 I think, the candles from Series 5 of course from the niche task, loads of teas and stuff around as well, and I think it works, and you do see this side of the room from like some of the interviews when they put a camera on the table. You can see that side. That's where Mark tried to escape through the doors there with the candle task, but someone they obviously knew that someone was going to try and go out these doors, so they put sprinklers on, and the candle task didn't start in this room, but I've just put that there anyway. I think the pineapples from Series 9 as well, and the floor is from Series 15, so there's plenty of little things to try and spot in there. But yeah, that's the living room. Of course I will go through all the references and see how many there are. Yeah, the big boulder is from Series 1, where they had to take it the furthest. Ice block is when they had to make the ice block disappear, and it's next to the window because Roisin used the hose from that window. The caravan, there's nothing on this side, but it's got the curtain from when Hugh Dennis used the mirror and you drew a fat bald white man. But where the person was sat was this side of the curtain, so I had to put that in there because it is one of the best tasks from the whole show. The cake, of course, is when Lisa got Alex to sit on a cake. This is from Series 2 with Joe Wilkinson's attempt at throwing the potato. This is from the hotel task, that's why it's got a bed in there. And same with the hotel sign on the front of the house actually. Big sand is from John Kearns' Sabotage the Team from Series 14. And the Grey Book statue is just a piece that was introduced fairly recently, and of course this is from Series 5, where Mark and Nish performed all my Senior Do-Ball stuff, and Ashley, Bob and Sally performed quite good considering. This is set up like Mark and Nish's stage, but it has got the microphones on there. I mean, that is the best task ever. It's my favourite anyway. The song is incredible. Well, both are, but you know, one's affectionate and one's literally the definition of a backhanded compliment, as well as the bravest line ever said on TV. Yeah, so that's all the Easter eggs, but so you can count how many there are. I mean, there's actually also something, so we'll go into the studio now. Perfect, because it's getting dark as well. And this is the studio. Trophies here, which I'm going to try and attempt to win. I will go through the format. The nappet, of course, when she fell off the stage. This is Horsewell Laminated, which is from Series 9, where Joe Brand was, well, exceeded at it. And then hit the blocks of ice. So what this is, it's an adaptation of the task from Series 13 when they had to knock over the contestants, the other competitors, like blow up inflatable models of themselves. So we'll see the gameplay once we get in, but yeah, that is the house and studio tour. Now we're going to get into the actual playable episode. Welcome to Taskmaster Minecraft, where I will be attempting to win a trophy of a middle-aged man. I believe he's called Greg Davis. Doesn't look anything like me, but I'm presenting this Minecraft version of the show for today. And this is how this is going to work. So I'm going to play each task twice. So I'm going to go into the house, perform all 3 of the tasks that are in the house and gardens. Then I will repeat them. I will then play each of the 2 tasks on the stage and repeat those as well. And if the scores add up and I improve on my second attempt at all of the tasks when added up, then I can hold this trophy high. That's the format. Now let's get to the first task of the show. your time starts now. Okay. Okay, that should be enough. 20 slices. Okay. Okay, I need to check over the footage because I'm not sure how many I ate there, but when I get to the studio, of course, I'll add all these up and I'll see how many slices of watermelon I ate during that task, and hopefully I improve on the second attempt. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, we'll find out if I improved in the studio. Throw a potato into the hole without touching the mat. So, here I've picked up 4 potatoes. Now, it's going to be fewest attempts for this one, so I'm not going to time it. Oh, they seem to be joining together, and I'm not going to be able to retrieve those potatoes that I have over there. Ooh. Oh, I think they're just joining together. I need to figure out a way to get them. I mean, I could just wait for them to despawn, I guess. Because I could just keep throwing potatoes, but they're just going to join up with those. Oh, yes, okay, right, I need to see how many potatoes that I threw there, but that was good to get one into the hole there. So, again, when we get to the studio, I'll see how well I've done on that task, especially compared to my second attempt. Your time starts now. Okay. Okay, can I get in the first attempt? Oh! Right. Oh! Oh, 2 attempts. But I think I stepped on the red. I'm going to have to analyse that one, because otherwise I did better the first time. the most sand from the stage to the box in 1 minute. Now, what I'm going to do for this task is actually count how much sand is in the bucket. Now, the thing is, some of the sand will actually drain down into the ground, but some of it will stay. So we're going to grab all of those. We've got to drop them in individually, that's one of the rules for this. So the time starts now. Okay, that's the time, 59 and 20, that's what it was on the timer. Okay, the time starts now. Okay, 58, 31. That's what I'm counting it as. 58 and 31. That's how much sand was in the bucket. So we'll add those up. But now, we've finished all of the tasks in the house. So it's time to head to the studio and judge those tasks. And scores are in for those first 3 tasks at the house. For the first task, on the first attempt, I scored 26 slices of watermelon. And on the second attempt, I only scored 23. Meaning that attempt 1 gets 5 points, attempt 2 only gets 1 point. In the second task, I took 11 attempts to get the potato in the golf hole. However, in attempt 2, I was disqualified because I did just touch the red green. Which means that attempt 1 gets 5 points and attempt 2 gets 0. For task 3, on attempt 1, 79 sand blocks were in the basket as the time ended. But in attempt 2, 81 sand blocks were in the basket at the end, which means that attempt 2 gets 5 points and attempt 1 gets 1 point. Attempt 1 has a total of 11 points and attempt 2 only has 6. Which means that so far I will not be holding this glorious piece of television history trophy in my hands. But that could all change with the final 2 tasks right here on the stage. Guess whether a horse or a laminator is chosen. Horse. Laminator. Horse. Laminator. Laminator. Oh, okay. Well, that was 2 out of 5 for the first attempt. So let's see what we get in the second attempt. Your time starts now. Laminator. Yes! Horse. Oh. Laminator. Horse. Laminator. Oh, I'm not sure how many I've got right on that. I need to double check. Hit both of the moving blocks with a disc. Fastest wins. Okay, 1 minute and 32 seconds. Your time starts now. "26 seconds. And the results of those final 2 tasks are in. In the first studio task, I scored 2 answers correct. And in the second attempt, I scored 2 answers correct, meaning that we draw at 5 points. In the second studio task, I scored 1 point on my first attempt. However, of course, 5 points on my second attempt. Because my first was an hour, a minute and 32 seconds. My second was 26 seconds. A big difference. And that means that the final scores for attempt 1 go like this. 5 points on the first task. 5 points on the second task. 1 point on the third task. That was what we added up before. 11 points. In the studio, we add 5 points for the laminator task, which means we're now at 16 points, and then 1 point for the ice block task, which means that we have a total of 17 points for attempt 1. Now it's the moment of truth. Attempt 2, 1 point. Plus the 5 from the first 3 tasks. That was 6 points. We add 5 points to that, making it 11. And 5 points to that to make 16. There's a 1 point difference, but attempt 1 wins, which means I don't hold the trophy of Greg Davis above my purple hair. I have not won Taskmaster, even in Minecraft.